What's up, everybody? It is Luke here, and we are doing the championship. But I wasn't able to record the first two games, so we're just gonna run through them real quick. There is a game in progress as we speak. There were a few games played. We're on game 3. The first game here was taken by yellow. Not sure what to say about it, but here, I mean, it was all anonymous at first. They have fixed the tools to make it so that nobody can figure out who the players are during the game, which is excellent, and I would like to thank Spacebar for that. He is one of the admins and one of our developers. Lots of trading going on here. I did get to see some of the second game, and that is where I would like to highlight some points of interest. Meanwhile, we see here that there's a consensus going on red. And red's getting beat up here and decides to resign. Blue got his king. And then gets the point lead. Blue trades a yellow, but then green gets sort of a thing here. Blue decides not to take a yellow piece for some reason. I guess because if yellow resigns, he doesn't get the king. Yellow refuses that queen, but then takes here and trades. And then yellow just shuffles his pieces back and forth, only has a rook. And yeah, there was a mistake by blue, allowing that to happen, and yeah, green has the queen. And wow, MTK3 hangs a queen. That's a big turning point right there. Yellow gets a queen and now has a material lead and is in great position. So he was in horrible position about 20 moves ago. Now he's in great position. And so there's a check on blue. MTK3 is down to barely anything. Trade. And green refuses the queen because green knows that yellow would resign to blue check. So there's a check there, and there's a skewer, takes the queen. And this was actually quite an interesting game, no? That's a double check right there by fist something. I mean, you gotta wonder how yellow managed to win this. Well, I guess green could have gone back with that, but he didn't. There is another double check, but that was just a plain blunder right there. Don't see how this happened, but I guess he well, he had barely anything. So there's a double check there. Blue resigns, check, and green resigns as well. So that's how yellow takes over the first one. Let's see the rematch. We have, so Karthik is, we saw yesterday that Karthik, or that the point leader had to, got himself taken, and wow. This is something I'm a fan of, actually, because it weakens the king side and puts him in long-term trouble. I don't know if nutsyci was trying to go for Karthik, but he managed to go after this something. And this is the part I saw. The green and the yellow and the red were ganging up on the green, and right here, I was watching it live. This occurred. It was a nice squeeze play by blue, knowing that yellow would take the pawn and checkmates fist something. But then, very interesting move by red. Moves the queen over to hang itself temporarily, with the idea that blue would move his knight to check yellow. And there we go. Yellow's down fewer pieces now. And you have to wonder if that move was made because they knew it was KarthikElango. And you know, this is something you have to do. Not only do you have to play well and make certain plays, but you also have to consider what types of moves everybody else makes, and try to make plays based on, you know, you have to adjust your style to make it look like everybody else's, and that's what's been going on this tournament. People have been trying to mimic each other to hide their identities, and then when they figure them out, it's really bad sometimes. It just gets brutal. But so we continue here. Blue gets the material lead. There's a check. Blue's trying to sneak into Red's camp. I do sort of remember this. And now a few more plies. Blue gets better position. There's a double check. And Red gets mated. And Blue still has a better position. So basically game over here. Yellow resigns. Let's view the rematch. And is it still in progress? Yes, it is. So we're looking here. Oh my gosh, Yellow's at a huge advantage here. Blue can always give Red the win. Yes, I think let's count the material. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 16 points. Actually, Yellow could just resign, and this would be over. Yellow could resign. This is kind of just a victory walk for Yellow, I guess. His on his pin. So Yellow needs to resign now. And Yellow needs to resign. There we go. It was MTK3, and MTK3 took the title. Ladies and gentlemen, what a way to finish this match. On a resignation with a huge lead in points. Wow. So MTK, congratulations to you. You have won this 3-game match. And another last place for him did something, unfortunately. This was so it is over. And well, that was very quick. This is a very short video, but we could just go through this game real quick. I really honestly think Yellow should have resigned earlier before there's a chance of Blue giving double checks. Blue gives Red the win despite Yellow for resigning, but Yellow, oh yeah. But Blue gives Red the win means that KarthikElango is actually going to be the champion of the game. Yeah, Red should just not resign, you're right. Yeah, I don't know here. But we're going through this game. There's a lot of sacrifices here. Yeah, I don't know. What is... So, I must say, I'm impressed with Red's play. Because he's making it look like he's sacrificing on some guy named KarthikElango. So, everybody else goes after some guy named KarthikElango who's really fit something. So they're just going full out, all out on him, and I mean, it's just it's just so bad for it's just so bad for him. MTK3 finally, I think, at some point realizes it's not KarthikElango, and KarthikElango is putting on a camouflage. So right, so we're going to continue this. I was just oh my goodness. Such a huge lead on the scoreboard does make me cringe when somebody doesn't strategically resign to the point where it's impossible to win. And I don't think it was impossible. Here he decides not to take the queen for some reason. And I have to wonder why. Oh, it was pinned. Okay, never mind. So the rook was going to take the queen if the knight took here. So take that. Check. That was a fork, actually. It's funny. So we couldn't get out of that one, huh? Red's checked here. It takes a rook, and that was a skewer. So this wasn't all that great for green. Green, I think, wanted to avoid getting a loss. And I guess red also wanted to avoid getting a loss, so he sacked his pieces. So here we go. That was just incredible. The amount of points that MTK3 got this game was just huge. But here, I think yellow should have just... There's too many points on the board that blue and red can get for double checks, so 4, 5, 6, 11, 16. 16 plus 30 plus... That's 46? Oh, yeah, no. And they were actually right. A spite resignation could have been... a spite dump could have been made by... blue. Here, yeah, I think blue would have probably given the game, but he's basically deciding who deserves to go on. And I don't think it would have been that great of blue to king make in this situation. But there's a double check. If you're yellow, you definitely have to resign. But here, red could play on, and let's just go through this. Just see what would have happened if he king made. resigns, red would have won. Yep. So that will be 2 wins for MTK3, no losses. And then KarthikElango gets 1 win, 0 losses, I believe. nutsyci gets no wins, 1 loss, and Fifth Something gets no wins and 2 losses. And this was pretty much opposite of how I expected things. I was expecting Fifth Something to win, nutsyci to get second, KarthikElango to get third, and MTK3 fourth. But the opposite happened. So there we go. Yeah, red should not have resigned there. But the question is, would blue have given? Would blue have given his pieces? And I have to say, I don't think blue would have. I think blue would have just tried to checkmate red and get yellow's king, but also realized that he could not win. It would have sucked. So it would not have made a difference. I think nutsyci blue would have decided who was the champion here. And I think the play to go for here is, wait a second, the play to go for, go back. If you're blue, let me teach you a lesson in proper kingmaking when you know that if one of those 2 guys wins, okay? If one of those 2 guys wins, the match will be over and you have no chance. Let me teach you guys something. I just learned something by figuring this out, right? So red's going to go here. Then blue is going to sack. He's going to do this. He's going to go here. Okay. He's going to push his pawn. Let him take this. Let him take. Push. He does this. Gives him the queen. Oh. Nope. Then he resigns. Alright, so check this out. The score is 41-81. Right? So he's going to give red some of his pieces. Right? He's going to give red the rooks and a few of his pawns. Okay? But red, you do not want to give yellow the victory either. Just in case it might even be nutsyci, but you don't know who yellow is. You still don't want to give yellow the win. You want to try to stay in the game and see if blue will give you the win. But what blue will do here is not give him the win. He is going to give up his 2 rooks first. Then red is going to take here. And then blue is going to hit the resignation button. Watch, see this? 81-81. And because that gives each person half a point in wins, the match is still on. There was a way for you to do this, blue, if red did not resign. So red would have had to resign for this to work, but it didn't work. So, well, yellow, congratulations, MTK3. You are going to move on to the winner's bracket. And to the other players, great games. Sorry could not cover all of them. I've had to run through most of it, and it ended very shortly as I got here. But I would like to thank Bad again for directing the tournament while I was at work, and it was a great championship match. So thank you guys. We'll see you in the next match. Thanks for watching.